because I realized that what was living behind that boy's eyes was purely and simply evil.
Thought the game was over, but it's only just begun.
What is going on, Texas Chainsaw Massacre fans? This is the Land of Massacre where no one is safe. And the panel for the Texas Chainsaw Massacre game was on Mad Monster. And, Kane Hodder was there, the creators of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre game. They were there to talk about more in depth of this game. Now, they didn't give away a lot, but we just, finding out information as the time goes on. And it was really interesting. It was really funny because Kane Hodder was really trying not to give away too much. He kind of was looking at both of these other guys like, should I be saying this? So I thought it was kind of funny that, he doesn't know what to spoil and what not to spoil, which really nothing was spoiled in this, but we did find out some more information. Now, we all know that this game is a 3 versus 4 structure instead of a 1 versus 7, 1 versus 8. They didn't want to make it the typical 1 killer versus a bunch of survivors. They're making it 3 killers, 4 survivors. That should be really cool. They talked about the roles, not in depth too much with the cook, the hitchhiker, and Leatherface, but the cook might have different roles than the hitchhiker. The hitchhiker can have different roles than Leatherface. Everybody is going to be different. Okay, now, did talk about, this game not having weapons. Survivors are not going to be able to kill the killers. Okay, that's not going to happen in this game. You're going to be It's going to be a big survival type game where you can use certain tools for survival. But when it comes to grabbing a baseball bat or a frying pan or something like that, that's definitely not going to happen in this game. So it's going to be interesting to see what tactics you have to use to survive in this game. So I'm actually really excited. Now, if you guys didn't know, they released the gas station picture from 1974, recreated. It looks exactly like the gas station from the 1974 film. Okay. Now, this is actually going to be a different map. Like, this is a brand new map. This is a separate map. I thought this was going to be connected to another map or something like that. So it looks like there's going to be weather change. It's going to be nighttime. And this is a separate map, which I think is really cool. So I'm excited to see what happens with that. Later on, they kind of discussed the picture that they did come out with earlier, maybe a month ago, something like that, of Maria Flores, a missing character in this game. And she is actually a character that starts this whole entire story. This isn't going to be a biased story where a van shows up and, it breaks down and, pretty much they run into Leatherface's house. No, like this, they said that Maria Flores is not a playable character whatsoever, not playable. She is a young college student that likes to see Texas wildflowers every single year. Okay, she runs into a family on one of her trips. Like I said, not a playable character. And then the survivors of this game that are looking for her are her sister and her friends. So that's really interesting. So obviously, Maria Flores, like I said, not a playable character, but, she is the one that drives this story, which I think is really cool. They didn't just do they're not just putting a game together and they're just having, a car breakdown and then they're just characters we don't know of. So I'm actually really happy about that. Now, they did talk about the 1974 film, the creator of the first Texas Chainsaw Massacre, that they're going to be adding in the future more characters that actually were supposed to be in the main film, like characters created that didn't make the final film in 1974, but they will put them in there later on, which I think is another really cool thing. We got pictures of the chainsaw, which I thought it was really cool. I don't know if this came out earlier. I might have missed it. But the chainsaw that they used, they actually made a replica that they showed, at the panel. And I thought it was really cool, like the exact chainsaw, which I think is awesome. So that's really cool to see. Now, this is going to be a very balanced game. Now, they talked about, there were some questions from the audience talking about, trolling, just like Friday the 13th. The Friday the 13th game came up a lot because there was a lot of issues with the lawsuit and everything like that. And, someone asked about, is something going to affect this game later down the road? Because, even Kane Hodder even said Friday the 13th, the game, it's unfortunate that it had to stop. He was really upset about it. And obviously the rest of Gun Media was really upset that, they couldn't, their hands were tied. Obviously the lawsuit is over with, but the fans want to make sure that, they're not going to stop production of this game. This game's been in production for probably 3 years as of right now. So that should be interesting. They talked about the balance of the game in general. Just no trolling. On Friday the 13th when you can grab a car and run over your own friends and run over people in the game and kind of ruin the moment for the rest of the players and not making the game fun. So as a strict survivor game, how are they going to keep us interested? How are they going to make it fun since you can't kill the killers and you can't do any of that? All you're doing is pretty much hiding and surviving. There's going to be a lot of teamwork involved in this game, and then there's going to be some different perks that happen in this game where if 3 of your survivors are killed and you're the only one left, there could be some advantages in that, which I think is going to make the game a little bit more interesting at the end of the day. So I think that's awesome. And lastly, I want to talk about they're going to make this game so detailed to where they took pictures in Texas of like the actual sites from the game, from the movie in 1974. Every rock, every tree, every piece of grass, every pebble, they literally are going all out with how this game looks to authenticity, which I have to respect at the end of the day for that. So guys, I think this game, they're working very hard on it. I think it's going to be a different game that we've ever seen in a horror game, different than Friday the 13th, different than Dead by Daylight. I think it's going to be definitely one of the best games that Gun Media has ever come out with, hopefully with no problems in the beginning, because Friday the 13th had a lot of issues at release and obviously server issues and stuff like that. So at the end of the day, I know they're doing their due diligence, especially with Kane Hodder being there and the rest of those guys being there. It's going to be a fun game, guys. Like, if it's just strictly survival, but you actually, can't kill anybody in this game as a survivor, it's going to be really interesting seeing the roles of all the killers between the cook, the hitchhiker, and Leatherface. I'm really excited for this game. I mean, I can't wait. As soon as the pre-orders are out, I am pre-ordering this game immediately. Let me know in the comment section below what you guys think of this game in general, and just, obviously the panel and what they did talk about, and to what you are excited about the game. So let me know in the comment section below, and I will see you guys. Keep running. I will see you guys on the next one. See you later, guys.